Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, we're underway.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jude, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Nothing quite like him in the modern era.
Agreed.
Has a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Carlos clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
This is their second corner of the game. Cleared away. And he's had a hit! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Yamal. And it's Pirlo. That pass has been well intercepted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And here's Ibrahimovic! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So, a breakthrough already. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Maldini. Gullit. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Pirlo. Puskas. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Vieira. Maldini. Vieira. Barcelona finding their passes. Ibrahimovic is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Passing nice and neat.
Botafogo really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And Cruyff! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Cruyff can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Xavi Alonso is always looking to break lines. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, super find. And the finish! And it's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Simplicity itself.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Botafogo have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Botafogo have their third corner. Pirlo goes short. Pirlo played in with purpose. Ibrahimovic is there, and he can get that clear.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Rui Costa conjures time and space where few can. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. And it's Xavi Alonso. Now it's Puskas. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira. Now it's Yamal. Pirlo. Puskás. Now that's well seen too. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Roberto Carlos. Yamal. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Ibrahimovic chasing after it. Now this could be a shoots! Drive! That is beyond words! He's got himself an absolute peach. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Botafogo get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Yamal has been caught there, it's a foul. Referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Yamal is behind this one, and this is the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Yamal! Well, now it's a race for the ball, and it's Vieira. Beckenbauer.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
That'll be a throw-in. Maldini. Pullet takes control of it and he's on the move. Vieira. And it's half-time here. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Driving forward. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, good-looking ball. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He's having a hit! And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
That pass isn't the best. Botafogo needing a change of fortune here. Big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
quality ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Played out wide. Quick look, then place it in. Vieira. Plays the ball back. That has ended up in no man's land. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Pull it. And it's Xabi Alonso. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Strong running down that left flank. Could be danger here. And that could well leave a mark. Goes down, but nothing given.
Botafogo may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Not the most accurate pass. Pullet tries looking up for options on the left. Alonso. And here's Yamal. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's there to make the challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And this is Rui Costa. Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off.
Pele! It's a goal! Do not write them off! Back they come!
Yeah, the keeper was thinking about his angles, and Loft just took him out of the equation. Elementary.
Teremos uma substituição.
Barcelona choosing to make the first change. This has become one superb game of football.
Botafogo really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win.
And Batistuta! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Now he's off and running. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Raul. Oh, that's a fine interception. Rijkaard. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Soboslai. It's played through for him. Batistuta! He's going for goal! In he goes again! Yes! He's done it! And that has raised the roof! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
He's gone for goal! Mohamed Salah gets rid without sophistication.
Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
And it's been taken short. An instinctive delivery.
Indicados 2
Maldini
minutos de
can get it.
acréscimo.
Here's a shot! That's a half-decent try.
Zanetti really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
And that will be it. Botafogo perhaps feeling a little aggrieved with this final score. They clearly feel that their efforts warranted something more. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And as you can see, we've already started here. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Pele is offering a right smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can clear their lines. And that's a throw-in. Roberto Carlos. Not the most accurate pass. Bergkamp. Bellingham gets a foot in here. Now it's Puskás. And Puskás! And that is doing no harm at all.
Puskás probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Nicely weighted ball. Pirlo. Puskás. Puskás is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And this is Cruyff. Cruyff was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he get it through? And it's Cruyff. Short changes him with that pass. Roberto Carlos. Over to the left. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Bergkamp. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Bergkamp picks it up out wide. It's a mighty effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Pirlo, a player of legendary status. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. That's Bebeto. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Knocks it into space. Bebeto! And it's hit the woodwork and out! It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Pele. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Cruyff. He is through here. Now, can he find a finish? That is good alertness. Looking to play him in. No way through. And Puskas! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Davids. And this is Bebeto. And this is Pele. Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Bebeto bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's made its way to him. That's a nicely shaped ball. Bebeto is onto it in a flash. Well read, nice interception. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cruyff. And the pass is intercepted. And he's picked out the run. Schneider. It's still 0-0, but no shortage of effort. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. No, he's not getting past him there. And here's Cruyff. He's through, now is he in? Well read, and the danger is averted. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Davids. Vieira. Odo. Out of play for a throw. And he's picked it up out wide, played back in. That's a decent clearance. Pirlo. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Teremos uma substituição.
That's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Looking for the run.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Serginho. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Aimed beyond the defence.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Schneider. He's in plenty of space here. Keeper has taken decisive action. Cruyff. That has not gone well. Tries to play it through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He gets big! They've done it! There is the breakthrough! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
China have penetrated for the first time.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And once more, he proves rigid and robust.
Kohler really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, easy pickings there. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Looking to go deep. And he's taking no chances there. Puskás. Some resolute defending there. That's going right the way across. Roberto Carlos. Played into space out wide. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That has been cut short.
China clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's got the beating of his man. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Costa Curta. Schneider can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And it's Gnabry. And this is Schneider. Gnabry. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well timed, excellent interception. The final 5 minutes. Now it's Pelé.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Looking for options for movement. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
He's got tall! The whistle has gone, and it is all over. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there's no shortage of effort and commitment from them. They were just undone by that second half goal.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.